Nina bought the review boost at 11:38 p.m. after her emergency plumbing company lost another bid to a competitor with shinier ratings. The invoice was $299. The promise was simple: fresh praise, faster calls, less begging happy customers to post something after a long day. If you run a restaurant, clinic, shop, coaching practice, agency, or e-commerce store, you know why that sounded tempting. Reviews are local advertising with a human face. They often cost less than ads, and they can move a stranger from maybe to booked. But Nina clicked buy before the rules changed in her head. The FTC had turned fake praise from messy marketing into compliance exposure. The FTC's Consumer Reviews and Testimonials rule took effect October 21, 2024, and it gives courts civil penalty authority for knowing violations. That means the cheapest-looking review hack can become the most expensive reputation decision in the building. Nina's stomach dropped, sighs, when the vendor asked for customer names, service details, and permission to make the comments sound natural. That phrase, sound natural, is where founders need to slow down. Real customers sound inconsistent. Fake systems try to polish every rough edge. The FTC says the rule bans fake or false consumer reviews, buying positive or negative reviews and testimonials from people without real experience. For small businesses, this hits the exact gray area where desperation lives: slow Tuesday, empty tables, quiet phones, one harsh review sitting on top. Nina had 4 trucks, 8 employees, and a service area where one bad search result could decide the whole week. FTC guidance says AI-generated reviews are covered when they misrepresent that a real person used or experienced a product or service. So the issue is not whether a sentence came from AI. The issue is whether it pretends to be a real customer's lived experience. First move: stop any vendor, freelancer, or tool that creates praise from scratch or recycles generic testimonials under customer-looking names. If they cannot show the reviewer actually bought, visited, hired, or used the service, treat that review like spoiled inventory. The final rule also targets undisclosed insider reviews, including testimonials from officers, managers, employees, or their relatives when relationships are hidden. Nina remembered her cousin's glowing post, short pause, and the office manager's husband leaving praise after a holiday party. Insider reviews are not automatically worthless, but the relationship needs to be clear enough that a customer can weigh it honestly. One approach: create a tiny policy. Employees, contractors, family affiliates, and investors disclose the relationship before posting any testimonial. No legal theater, just a plain operating rule your team can understand before someone tries to help and accidentally creates risk. The FTC rule prohibits businesses from offering incentives for reviews when the reward is conditioned on a positive review or a specific sentiment. You can still consider asking for reviews. Many businesses do. The safer lane is asking all real customers in neutral language. Try this. Thanks for choosing us. If you want to share your experience, here is where you can leave an honest review. Notice what is missing. No pressure. No hint that only happy customers should click. No coupon tied to saying something nice. The rule addresses review suppression, including using unfounded legal threats, intimidation, or false claims to stop or remove negative reviews. That one stung Nina because she had drafted an angry message to a customer who complained about a late arrival. Do not send the midnight threat. Sleep on it. Then respond like a business that wants trust, not revenge. Use a 4-step reply, acknowledge the concern, check the facts, offer a real contact path, and explain what you are improving. A calm response will not erase the review, but it tends to show future buyers there is an adult running the company. FTC staff says a business is generally not liable just for hosting consumer reviews it did not write, buy, or disseminate as false. That is good news if you have messy real reviews. The target is manipulation, not the normal bruises of serving human beings. The turning point came when Nina called her bookkeeper expecting a lecture about the $299 charge. Instead, he asked a better question: what would it cost if every honest review looks suspicious because of one shortcut? That is the reputation math. Trust takes months to build, minutes to damage, and a very awkward email to explain. Audit your last 90 days. Pull every review request, incentive, testimonial, influencer post, affiliate quote, and agency deliverable into one folder. Holland's in. Do not start by blaming anyone. Start by tracing the path, who asked, what they promised, and where the review appeared. The FTC Q&A says liability can arise when a business created, purchased, or disseminated fake or false reviews it knew or should have known were false. Flag anything you cannot connect to a real transaction, appointment, order, project, visit, or documented customer relationship. For a restaurant, that might be the diner receipt. For a clinic, the appointment record. For an agency, the signed project closeout. For clinics, keep privacy rules in mind. Consider counsel before connecting testimonials to health details, even when the marketing upside looks attractive. The final rule covers company-controlled review websites or badges when they falsely appear independent. That matters for e-commerce sellers and coaches using landing pages with testimonials arranged to look like an outside ranking site. If you own the page, make that relationship obvious. Do not dress your own praise wall like a neutral consumer watchdog. Influencers need the same clean thinking. If there is payment, free product, affiliate commission, or family connection, disclosure should travel with the praise. The FTC rule also bans selling or buying fake indicators of social media influence, including followers or views, when used to misrepresent influence. Nina looked at her marketing dashboard differently after that. The pretty numbers were not all assets. Some could be liabilities. Build a review workflow on one planning surface, request timing, message wording, incentive rules, disclosure rules, response owner, and monthly audit. Keep it boring. Boring systems are easier to defend, easier to train, and easier to fix when someone leaves the company. For Google Business Profile, Yelp, Shopify, Klaviyo, Podium, or your CRM, save screenshots of templates and settings after changes. Documentation is not glamorous, but when memory gets fuzzy, a saved workflow can show you were trying to run clean. The Federal Register rule explains that deceptive review practices can distort purchasing decisions and harm honest competitors. That is the bigger signal. Regulators are treating trust as marketplace infrastructure, not a cute marketing add-on. Nina canceled the boost before the vendor delivered. Then she faced the harder job, earning the next 50 real reviews. She started with completed jobs from the past month, filtered for verified customers, and sent the same neutral request to everyone. Some ignored it. Some left praise. One left a complaint about muddy footprints. That complaint became the best operations note all week. Do not fear every negative review. A clean mix often looks more credible than a wall of perfect praise. Create a weekly review hour. Read new reviews, tag service issues, reply calmly, and send lessons to the team before Friday. Restaurants can spot slow kitchen nights. Contractors can spot cleanup problems. Coaches can spot onboarding confusion. Retailers can spot return policy friction. Your reviews are not just testimonials. They are free field research as long as you resist the urge to sanitize them. A month later, softly, Nina had fewer reviews than the competitor, but hers matched real jobs, real neighborhoods, and real service calls. That matters because small business trust is physical. People see the van, the storefront, the owner at the counter, the reply under their complaint. If a reputation agency pitches instant volume, ask 3 questions. Who writes the review? What proof exists? And what happens after a bad one? Put the answers in writing. If the vendor will not commit, consider that your signal to walk away. The FTC announced the final rule on August 14, 2024, after earlier rulemaking steps that began in 2022. This did not come out of nowhere. The warning lights were blinking for years, but the penalties tool now changes the stakes. If this is useful, give the show a follow. It helps other founders find practical signals before an expensive lesson finds them. Today, do 3 things. Pause questionable review campaigns, rewrite requests in neutral language, and add disclosure rules for insiders and paid promoters. This content is for educational and informational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Always consult with a qualified financial advisor or business consultant before making significant financial decisions. For legal exposure, consider speaking with an attorney familiar with advertising, healthcare, e-commerce, or local service compliance in your state. Nina did not quit review marketing. She cleaned it up, slowed it down, and made it part of how the company learns. The shortcut was $299. The durable asset was a review system customers could trust, employees could follow, and a founder could sleep aside. That is the signal. Social proof still matters, but the businesses built to last are choosing earned trust over manufactured applause. Remember, this content is for informational purposes only and is not financial advice.